Okay, oh my God, we're recording. I understand now why people have different cameras for recording, because your phone will lie and say your storage is full so fast, even though you've deleted like half your shit, but it still says manage storage. Like, I'm about to lose my mind, man. All right, so a bunch of things. I haven't recorded in like 3 months. One reason, ego hit. Yeah, I admit it. My ego was punctured. There was a couple of comments that kind of struck me in a weird way, and I was already like trying to go through the shit and like overthinking everything. And this is not a avenue for me that feels artistic, right? It's me being vulnerable. So I have another channel where I write music, and I'm still writing music. I write music all the time. So I'm more of like a creative director. I sing, I write the songs. I especially love to write the lyrics. And that feels more fulfilling, whereas this feels like I'm kind of like putting myself out there. So when I get comments and stuff, I wasn't a grown enough adult. Didn't really take it that well. Didn't respond badly, but I kind of took it to heart. So I put off recording. Made a lot of excuses, like I should write a book about excuses. They were pretty good. But I didn't record for a while, so that was some bullshit. But I still kept doing my shit. Like, I'm not on unemployment. I'm still unemployed. Not on food stamps. Really creative with cooking, by the way. Should really start a channel with that, because that would probably do really well. But to get to the point, I'm still unemployed. Yes, I'm still applying for jobs. There have been a fuck ton of Californians and people from New York that have moved here. So they're kind of oversaturating the job market where I am in Texas, which I mean to be justified. They have a lot of diversity and experience from the same sectors that I work in. So, I mean, that's just where it's at. But still working really hard, still been able to pay the rent. I'm still in the same apartment, same visual, not as clean. My washing machine was broken for a while, so I just did laundry, so it's on the bed. Probably not going to put it away before I go to sleep, so I'll just sleep on the other side of the bed. I'm just being real. It's either I film now or I don't film at all. So this is the bed you get to see. Complete with my motorcycle helmet, which I don't know why I still own, because I sold my motorcycle. But yeah, I mean, been able to spend time with my kids, go to all of their events, all their field trips and everything, and school's almost out for the season. They've got like 4 weeks left. But not gonna lie, coming from like a background of a woman who is used to working all the time in the corporate field, I've almost become resentful of having this much time at home. You think it's a dream, and then you realize that you don't have like a work purpose, and you don't really like it as much as you thought it would. Like, I actually really enjoyed going to work, except for like the boss that I had, which even now I think I'm starting to find positive points in, for probably just the fact of not being in the field anymore for about a year. But like, I miss the environment. I miss the chaos. I miss having to get up and put on a suit and put on makeup. And the consistent paycheck is something that people don't talk about. So everybody's like, oh, I want to work for myself. I want to start my own company. I want to do stuff. And I did do that. Like, I'm doing a mild bit of consulting for restaurants on the side, but it's the inconsistency of like wondering where your next paycheck is going to come from and hoping that that check is going to clear, man. Like, when a restaurant writes you a check, I had a check one time that just didn't clear. Like, their check bounced, and it was right when rent was due, and the check was for $2,000. That check never cleared, by the way. So that was a learning curve. But with a job, you know that you have a consistent paycheck coming in, and so you feel, I don't know what the word is, you feel at ease almost. Like you know where your money's coming from. If it doesn't come through right away, you're going to go to HR about it. And corporate's going to write you a handwritten check. Like, you know, there's a solution in play. And you know you're going to be able to pay your rent. But when you work for yourself, even if you Uber, right? You don't know how many clients you're going to pick up that day. You don't know if they're going to tip. And so it's kind of catch-22, right? Like you want to be independent and you have the intelligence to work for yourself. But the system right now is broke. It's so broke. Like I'm selling things so cheap and I have nobody buying. Like if I had money, I would pay these prices for the items that I'm selling. Like I'm selling all of my motorcycle gear. A custom MotoGP jacket with a scorpion get stung riding suit, armored pants and jacket, helmet and gloves. And I'm not trying to sell you shit. There's not going to be like a sponsored link or something. But I'm saying I'm selling all of this stuff in a package with like the helmet and everything for $300. And nobody will buy it. And all of the people that will comment and say, oh, I'd love to come try this stuff on. What are the sizes? Like I've gone through probably like 60 messages. I mean like 60 different people, like different message chats. Nobody's buying anything. And when you go to sell stuff, they tell you everybody's going to sell stuff right now. So they're not offering you competitive prices. I'm talking about pawns shops, consignment shops. And I've driven all over the DFW circuit. Like I got a Louis Vuitton suitcase back there. I don't know if you can see it. That sucker retails for $2,500. Pretty much pristine condition. And I can't get somebody to want to give me more than $100 for it. And I don't want to lose money right now, but I know I'm kind of screwed. So the market's completely flipped. It's just a whole weird scenario for people right now that just want to live their lives. And then for people that were living off of flipping items and Ubering, I really don't know how they're making it because it's a rough market. Like if you don't have gold coins or, you know, gold rings or something like what I've been doing, going and selling at the gold and silver shop, you're not going to get your bang for your buck. Like at least I've kind of been able to sell for spot on things and I've like hoarded stuff that have retained value. But it's kind of rough, man. Like, and I don't know, I guess that's kind of been the journey. Like I'm still applying for jobs, but I feel a lot more confident in it now. Like I've been unemployed for a year. Every month I've been able to pay rent. Now I'm not worried about it at all. Which sounds really weird. It sounds really weird to say I'm unemployed and I'm not worried about how I'm going to pay rent. Like rent is due in a week. My account has $150 in it. I still owe my car payment, my car insurance, and I'm gonna owe my phone bill soon. But for some reason, every month, I'm able to pay the bills. And I don't have anybody, like, I don't have some sugar daddy, right? That's not my thing. I wish I'd started selling feet pics, man. Like, I wish I'd gotten on that shit. But I didn't. So every month, I'm earning my payments and I hustle my ass off and I get it done. But the market for everything is just totally different. Like I wish I'd saved up my money and bought a house out in the country because right now the economy is so weird. Like gas is expensive, food is expensive. There are a lot more people living out of their cars than there used to be. It's definitely a buyer's market, not a seller's market. And everybody's just a lot more angry. Every person that I run into in a gas station or a grocery store or, you know, at a school meetup, they all just seem to already have like this angst about, you know, having this guard put up, and they're already coming off as pissed off. And I get it. Life is tough right now, but it just never used to hit so hard as it does right now. Like back in the day, especially where I'm at, there used to be a lot more Southern hospitality, but people could afford to live. You know, you could take your kids out to dinner once a week. Now, fast food is unaffordable, which is crazy to me. Like, nobody can afford McDonald's anymore. So, I don't know, I feel like I'm in this weird dystopian era where I don't even know how to approach life. Like, I kind of just have to put blinders on and just pretend like I don't see other people and just do my own thing, because it doesn't make sense anymore. Like, how are people putting gas in their car and paying their rent and they don't have two jobs? Like, I thought that was California life, but we chose to live there. The rent was more expensive, so we all had 2-3 jobs. I had 3 jobs most of the time. And you just become so much more angry with people because you feel resentful of the fact that you can't afford to just go to the freaking grocery store, man. Like, you can't afford to tell your kids that you can get regular food and like school snacks. Why are they so expensive? Like, when did they become so expensive? And it's just cheap shit made by like Kellogg's. Like, we're talking about like granola bars and chips that are now smaller than they used to be, taste worse than they used to, and the bags are mostly filled with air. So I have to pay more to pump you full of chemicals and red number 40. And if I want to feed you healthy food and I go to the farmer's market, then a loaf of bread is $10. So I have to figure out how to make it myself, which, thank God, I have a bread machine that I bought at the thrift store for like $10 over a year ago. Otherwise, like, giving my kids food would be really interesting. But it's just an era of life that I was never expecting. Like, I remember envisioning life when I was a teenager and thinking about what I was going to high school for and why I was working so hard for good grades and what I was going to go to college for. And I never envisioned this life, man. Like, we were taught that we were going to go to college, we were going to get a good job, that job was going to appreciate us and keep us, and, you know, that we'd be able to have a 401k in retirement and go on yearly vacations, even to just like road trip to another state and see Mount Rushmore. And our kids are going to be able to go to a good school and, you know, be able to buy them decent clothes that lasted. And now we have to decide between paying the gas bill for our car, which it feels like a bill because I feel like the gas station pulls $100 out of me at least every week. I may as well just like give a subscription to the Chevron gas station. And, you know, getting after school snacks for my kids, which is kind of really what it comes down to. Like, I have to convince my 6-year-old that we can't afford $8 bag of burgers from Brahms, and that instead we're gonna go home and we're gonna make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with the bread that mommy made yesterday because it would taste so much better. And that's crazy. If I would have thought that's the kind of life I was gonna live, and I'm not saying I regret having kids at all, like 100% I appreciate having my kids, because if I didn't have them, I'd probably be a hippie sleeping on a beach somewhere, man. Like, they give me the motivation to do shit. But I would have probably changed my plan. You know, I would have learned how to save money better, or maybe taken some classes on how to do taxes better, or how to open up a 401k, or what a trust looks like, or I don't know, they just don't teach you that shit in school. So when you get older, I mean, I told my daughter, my 10-year-old, by the way, and I said, adults are literally just kids with aged faces. We still want to play video games. We still want to eat snacks. We still want to stay up late and have ice cream. And we want to sleep in late. And, you know, we don't want to go to work. And we don't want to do homework. I said, I have the same brain as you. I'm more worn down and I have an older face. But you got lied to, man. Like, you should not look up to adults. Like, adults have just been forced to figure it out off of years of being thrown into the shit. I said, but we're still kids just like you. We want to buy toys. We want to go outside and run around with the dog. We want to ride our bikes. We don't want to get up and go to work. I don't want to wake up to my alarm. I don't want to get up and get in the shower. I don't want to do laundry, and I don't want to do dishes and mop the fucking floor. I just want to be a kid, and instead of at least being able to live the life